this is something that I think is very important. It's just an observation that I've found. So, road to perfection in our skill. So the market is always moving forward, not backward. And the only two things we're doing, we're buying or selling. And we know that the structure is for an uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, like that. Same to for a downtrend. Now the issue is the market doesn't always show you a clear trend. It never will. Or it might, but not entirely. It won't be as clear as you think it should be. So, example, this is for our time frame. Let us begin with the daily. Price was bearish. As you can see, this is just a downtrend. It reached this level. Scaling. Now, what have I noticed here? I have noticed that we need to know where to make our entries, and we need to know where to take which position. Are we buying or are we selling? So there's a trick that I've found. There's something that I've noticed. When you are focusing when in an uptrend, you need to focus on the lower highs. You need to focus on this, and this. Why? Because as long as as long as this isn't being broken, then you are on an uptrend, you're safe. Because these lower highs, these higher lows in an uptrend can come even here. And there's so many scenarios. Let me show you. It can come here and you'll be confused. This can come here. Equal high, equal lower high, or here, or even here. See, but as long as these ones, they are not being broken as the market is going up, then that's what you should focus on, and you should just be able to enter for buys. Same to the lower, what's happening? Same to this. As long as, since in an uptrend we're focusing on the higher lows, in a downtrend we're focusing on the lower highs. As long as they are not being broken, you're okay, because these lower highs may come here. Then this may be here, maybe up here, you see, anywhere here in between. It must not necessarily respect this level, like it touches back this level, this key level over here, as you can see. It doesn't necessarily mean that all the time. But what helps us is, as long as it's not breaking the previous lower highs. Okay, that's just something I've noticed, because now let me show you something else that I've noticed. Let me scroll into the 1 hour time frame. Okay, look at this. A high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, then price breaks lower low, lower high. It's continuing to make a lower low, and it might, I don't know, price may continue to do that till this other side. Now this is the area of interest that I have noticed. Let me scale out the fake out. So what am I trying to do here? Let me cancel this. Usually, in a downtrend like this, for price to change from bearish to bullish, it has to make one, either a higher low. This point here could be here, could be here, could be here, or even equal low. It has to make a higher low, this low being higher than this one. This is the first indicator, first confluence. The second, it has to break this. You see this lower high, this low is, this high is lower than this level, this high, which is lower than this, lower than that, and so forth. It has to break. Then it has to come back down to make another higher low. So as people may say it will come over here, but because you cannot control the market, it can come all the way to even till down here. But as long as in an uptrend it doesn't break the previous higher lows, we are still bullish. Now the market has confirmed it's bullish. So for it now to change, so you always have to mark these levels. As you can see, I marked this level over here. I marked this level over here, scaling to the 1 hour time frame, and I believed, as you can see, because this has a lower high, this low is lower than this one, and the indication it broke. So what did I expect? I expected price, since it's made this higher high, this high low is higher than this, to come back, as long as it doesn't break this level, to come back here at least, then take the trade from here where you can see this position, this long position is, and ride it all the way back to this level. So it will be, so it was to form something like this. It was to form something like this all the way till it reaches this level. But price decided not to do that. Why? Which brings me to the fake outs. Fake outs. You see this level? This level is a fake out. And you need to be able to differentiate, to identify these fake outs well. And how we identify the fake outs well is through patience and waiting for the market to play out. You can only see it after it has happened. When it has happened, it's difficult. It might be difficult, as you can see. For people who entered Solana buys here, I got stopped out. Got stopped out, and this worked very well. I figured we're on a downtrend. So I marked this level, as you can see where this low is where the entry is, where this position starts. So I figured indication, correction, continuation. But it didn't, it failed me. Stopped out twice. So let me focus exactly as to why this is a fake out. What did we say in a downtrend matters? Previous lower highs. So how many lower highs do we see? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay. But this lower high was broken to make a new higher high. But this thing, yes, it broke. It made a higher low. It made a higher high. And it made here. It came up here. That's why I took my entry here. But I got stopped. Why did I get stopped? Now, if this is a lower high, this is a lower low, this is a lower high, higher low, breaks, comes back, sells. That means this was a fake out. But if it was able to break here, it didn't break here. It did not break here. It only broke one lower high. It didn't break the other significant lower high. So if I scale into, let me go back to the 1 hour. Let me delete this. Good. Now if we scale into the, should I do this? If we scale into this level, this is the 4-hour time frame. And what is price doing in the 4-hour time frame? As you can see, did it break this level? No. But it made a higher low. Okay, let me mark it. This is exactly how it was in the 1-hour time frame. So price made a lower high, but it also made a lower low. But remember, the trend is on a downtrend. The trend is on a downtrend. So this is a fake out, because after making this higher low, to convince people that it is bullish, price decided to grab liquidity to hit all these top losses. Like mine example, people thought, the price is now going up just the way he said, but it didn't. Look, it sold. So what do you do here? It's made this lower equal lower high, which is equal to this lower, and sell all the way here to make a new lower low. Just to make, and so forth. So what would you do? What were you supposed to do here? You see here in the 4-hour time frame, I know it's not the best, but even if, let's say, you want to draw something, let me use this. Even if, let's say, you are to draw something, don't you see that there is a resistance level over here? Price is refusing to break this level. Price has refused to break this level. Price has refused to break this level, and it is going down. So that's why, sorry, when you scale even into the 30 minutes, let's say you put this zone here, let me mark it in the 4-hour and see where it will reach. Let me scale into the 30, let's say 30. Let's go with 30. As you can see, price only broke here once. So ideally, I wasn't supposed to take this here. I'm supposed to take this above this 90.2964 for the buys. But price failed. And you know why also? It was just another confluence. Sorry, I'm biting my tongue. Is, if you look at this level, where the cursor is, price is making lower high. As you can see, it hit here, rejected selling, price is hitting this resistance level. So anything below it's selling. And then not only is it selling, it's making a lower high, sold, with a lower high, sold, with a lower high, sold. If you mark this level, and you see indication, correction, click, so it's selling. So it is selling. So this all boils down to experience in the game, how you mark up your chart, how patient you are, and God. God. Because look at this. This is a fake out. This is a fake out. Makes people get in early. You marked here as your lower low, lower low. Then press broke to make a lower high. But ideally, if you check in the 4-hour time frame, it was forming a resistance. And this is equal lower highs. These are both lower highs and they are equal. So this was wrong. And but here, I'm assuming you marked this level. See, you had your DP. You can put your stop loss here. Stop loss here, either above here, but this is too risky. You need room, so above this level. And target down this level. Let me see how far it can go, because it's selling. I don't know where it can go. It can hit all the way here or even this level, but so far price is in a downtrend. In the 1 hour, if you mark this level, so that means patience. You have to wait for how many hours? Even 6 hours plus 7, 10 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, almost a whole day. This was a whole day. Yeah. A whole day for you to sell. It's you need to charge. As you can see, it's selling. It's selling. How we mark up our charts is everything. Look at this direct sell. Amazing. And then price, after making a low in the higher time frame, this is a lower high. A low, sorry. In the 4 hour, let me go to the 1 hour, because 4 hour is just 2 candlesticks. It made a lower high. After making a lower high, a lower low, right, because of structure, price has to make a lower high, which is this level. Did I know it will reach up to this level? No. Usually it can reach up to this level, but as long as it's not overtaking this point, as long as it doesn't overtake this point, see this point, this low is lower than that one, which is lower than that one, which is lower than this one, which is lower than this one, which is lower than that one, which just shows the market is on a downtrend, and you should be looking for sales. So you scale in, you can see it was making a lower high. Let me scale into the 5 minute to see the structure clearly. Lower high, 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 low, high, low. See, then the market just suddenly changed structure, be bearish. Let's go into the 30 minutes to see something clear. So this is the reason why. So ideally, when you're looking for a change in structure, you have to mark up. If it's an uptrend, you have to mark up the most consistent ones, which are the lower highs. So like you mark up this level. Ideally, you're supposed to mark up this level. When price breaks this level, it sells, comes back, then sells, as it did in this level, as it did here. But now, because you can never control price, what you do, you sell where their sellers are. Sellers are here. Sellers are here, you sell. Although Forex is a high risk game, but I hope I've really explained myself in this few minutes. Let me check another one. I think, let's say, I've seen it also in, is it gold or BTC? I saw it in another pair. Is it BTC or GBP? I think it's this one. If we look at this, where are we going? What is the trend? The trend is overall down. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. See? Lower high. So there are a lot of fakes in between. A lot of fakes in between. Let's see if I can actually mark them properly. So this was just going low, 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 low. Decided to break a bit. This was a fake out. As you can see, this is a fake out because price sold. It's a fake out because price is still selling. Let me zoom in. Sorry for that noise, guys. I figured indication, correction, continuation to sell the way, but because you can't control price, it made a lower high, higher low. So even in my mind, I thought price is going to buy, but it didn't buy. It reached here, and if we're talking about this one, let's go into the 30 minutes. It reached here. This is it. This is the 30 minutes. It reached here, and why take a sell from here? Number one, what are the confluences? Below this level, sellers. Okay, below this level, we're looking to sell. Another thing is lower high. This high is lower than this one. Then just get in, sell. So how you enter, how you leverage is the problem, but it is selling. So it made a, let me go into the 1 hour time frame, made a higher low again. So Forex is also confusing, but it is only experience that will get us to where we're supposed to be. So and this is NZDUSD. So I think, why have I entered? Why do I think it's selling? So in the 4 hour time frame, below this level there are sellers. So it has come back finally. It has price has decided to correct, because this was an indication. And price has decided to correct. Now it should sell, and it's selling all the way till down here, because overall price was selling. But in between, we're usually stuck up at the moment. Sorry, I just laughed to myself. That makes us fuck up. So I'm hoping NZDUSD will continue to sell. GBPUSD is something that is also confusing me, but let's look at how I explained. Overall trend is down. If overall trend is down, you see, it made a low, sorry about that, made this low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This was a lower high because it's lower than this. Lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. Okay, but if it's truly a downtrend, why is it that it has sold very vigorously? Okay, let me go again. Lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. It has to make a higher low. Okay, fair enough. So what are the two confluences? It has made a higher low for the uptrend, higher low, higher high, but it hasn't broken this level also. So this could be a breakout too, because price bought all the way to this level, not breaking this level, just breaking this lower high, then price sold to this level. So in this, why have I put two different positions? It's because I have come to see two different things. Price either has decided to make this lower high, and here if it sold to this level, there are buyers above this level to make excuse me, a lower, a higher low, and climb all the way up. However, this is too aggressive. I always fought for this trap. I know myself and I know how I've been trying to be consistent in the market. Let's scale into the 1 hour time frame. What do we see? This lower high, let's mark it. Remember this blue line, I've marked it. And scale into the 1 hour. So, as you can see, price sold, then lower high, higher high, equal lower high, then bought. Then it started making, it refused to break this high. Lower high or equal high, lower high, dropped. So within this level here, within this price is only making lower highs. As I told you, in a downtrend, you need to focus on the lower highs. As long as those are not being broken, it's better. It's okay. And in an uptrend, you need to focus on lower, higher, higher lows. As long as higher lows are not being broken, that's fine. So this was a higher low. Higher low, this was also a higher low. But it got broken. Indication, correction, continuation. So now it's reached, it made a lower low. It has to make a lower high. Now how sure am I that this level will, that the market will buy all the way till up here? I do not know. Even though the higher time frame indicates like it should buy all the way breaking this level and overall change the trend to an uptrend to even potentially reach 1.38391. But that's a very, very long swing given what we are doing now, scaling in the 1 hour time frame. Realistically, this should be here. That's how it should be realistically. And this entry I think this is how it should be. Because as I'm looking at my screen in the 15-minute time frame, lower high, it has to make a lower high. So I believe it will make a lower high here. That's why I've put this here. And ride the wave. Sell it all the way back down because it's selling. So let's wait and see Monday, how the market will open. Should it buy till up here then sell, or will it buy all the way? And I hope what I've said makes sense. Same thing to Euro USD, because GBP USD does the same thing as Euro USD. Overall trend is down. Look at this fake outs. Right now, ideally, it should buy indication, correction, continuation, and if I scale to the 15-minute time frame, as you can see, lower high, so it's buying, it will buy, but where will it buy up to? That's the biggest question. I believe the reason why I've put this here is because look at this level. Do you see? Move to the left. Look at this cursor. Look at the cursor. Look at the arrow. Look at this level. Lower high. High. Lower high. Look at this level. Sold. Bought. So I expect, as long because it hasn't broken this level, and this is a fake out, I think price is still selling. It's still on a sell, although right now it's just a correction phase. Before I mention what I'm supposed to mention, that's why I've put this here. Oopsie, I have to charge. Just a second. Charge now. I had to run. So I suspect over here there should be a change in the structure to bearish. And if it's bearish, it should come all the way sell down here to be 1:6 in the 4-hour time frame. And there's something I was to mention. Look at this here. Look at this. In my videos, for those who are paying attention, there's a time we were above this level. There's a time we were here. And honestly, as you can see, it was indication above a high, indication, correction, then continuation was the next time price became above this level was what? Continuation back to the upside, and price was to go all the way up to 1.20805. Why did and let me tell you, I got stopped out. I did. And I'm trying to understand something. On a downtrend, higher lows are important. On an uptrend, higher highs are important. So price did, as you can see over here, it did started to build an uptrend, kind of like here, but it failed. Let me scale into the 4-hour time frame. This is it. As you can see, low, it broke this level. So this is an indication. The next time price comes below this level, it was to sell. But this happens when you are aware, you are conscious of the trend and your analysis, and you know how to mark up your charts. So because I thought this is the bigger in the daily time frame, this is that zone that I thought indication, correction, continuation. But jokes on me. What do you notice in this pattern? Let me show you. High, lower high, lower high, lower high, equal lower highs, lower high. That's why I'm saying price may come here. As long as it hasn't broken this part, it can sell. So this coming week, let's wait and see. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday, because the market might buy slow little here, then change. But when price comes back below this red line, take that sell and ride it all the way down. It's a risk. I know I'm not an expert, but I'm just explaining my thoughts and what I see. And if it works, it works. Payday for everyone. So yeah, that's what I can tell you for now. All in all, let me name this market structure. No, I think I've nailed this video. Change in market structure. part 1. Yeah, thank you. Let's we see each other in the next video. As you can see, oof, this is another example. Fake out. Look at this fake out. AUD/USD. Let me show you. AUD/USD low. I look above this level. This was a high, and you see, oh my God, how should I say this? Because you cannot control the market. Look how it's sold all the way down. So did I? What were my mistakes? First of all, I did not wait for the market to shift structure to go up, because I put this here, but as you can see in AUD/USD, the market was just forming lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Now what did I want to see? High. You mark this level like that. You see this higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. But because we are dealing with the bigger time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame, it reached this level, below this level. Look at this, look at that. This week tapped these parts, then sold all the way. You see, sold all the way. So this is a fake out. Market structure plus fake outs. Part 1. That's a good title. So we need to be able to identify such things. Yes, it's been bullish here in the 4-hour. Yes, look. Yes, it's bullish. Yes, it's bullish here. As you can see, it's bullish, but it reached a level. This part, you see this part? This is the part I was telling you. Look at here and look at here. You mark across, sold. Even though you are not confident, you mark here again, sold. Again. Look at this part. This is a low. This is a 4-hour time frame. This is that point. This is that point. Why enter here? You mark like this. You mark like that. And then price broke, came back up, enter the sell, and you target this level. So I believe it will still sell. Fake outs, fake outs, fake outs. Hey man, I'm not a god. Personally, I don't have the capital that you've been blowing, and I've been using little capital. I've been trying to kind of force issues, or just trying my luck. Because if it works, it works. That's what I know. If it can happen for other people, why not me? Why not you? So this is something that I just should not give up and do it, wait. So yeah. Thank you for listening to my rants. So market, change in market structure plus fake outs. Thank you. I hope this video helped.